Hey, everybody, welcome to WDKX Wake Club After Show. Tariq Spence with your DJ site. Now, we have after shows every day here on WDKX and the Wake Up Club site. This one, I've seen teams split.
Yes.
But this one situation with a coach in Georgia has the entire audience split on it.
That's right. This coach, he's from Georgia, DeKalb County to be exact. He's very respected. A lot of people respect him, and they were saying how much of a great influence he is to a lot of the young black males in that community.
Look at him softening it up. Most people watching it right now. Now, what did he do?
So the team went to the Bahamas. They took a team trip to the Bahamas, and I guess one of the players snuck a girl in the room, in the hotel room, and the coach spanked him with his shoe.
Now, it got caught on video.
Yes, it got caught on video. So the mom is upset. She said that her son suffered emotional, and he was emotionally impacted by the situation. When they got back home, the coach was fired. A lot of people were saying the coach didn't do anything wrong. A lot of people saying, yo, you're not touching my kid. So this was our fair file question on the Wake Up Club.
Now, we split this, and I understood both sides of what people were saying.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people said it takes a village. The kid needed to be disciplined. What if XYZ would have happened? And you can go through all the bad scenarios that go in with sneaking a girl or a boy into some sort of situation where the parents aren't around.
Right.
So use your imagination. Y'all already know. But then there's the other end of this too, where their parents was like, I can't believe you put your hands on my, not just kid, teenage kid,
right.
High school teenage kid. So that could be 15 to 17.
Right.
And that was an issue with a lot of people. So I don't know where you come out on this.
Well, listen, for me personally, if it was my child, obviously, me and the coach got some kind of rapport with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I trust him. I let you take my kid out the country.
Mm-hmm.
So I let the responsibility of you look over my child with all the other kids that are on the trip, the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not there and you catch my kid doing something inappropriate and not doing what they're supposed to do, yes, correct them.
Yeah.
Correct them for me.
I got you.
Correct them for me.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying let any adult come and put hands on my kid, because we have to have that relationship, but if it's someone like a coach, because obviously for the coach to feel comfortable to spank the kid with the shoe, I'm pretty sure the coach yelled at him and been on him before.
Well, I mean, maybe. Now, I don't want to judge the coach because I don't know the coach, and I don't want to judge the kid. I do want to judge the scenario, because that's why this makes it such a good debate.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my estimation, I understand where you're coming from, whereas a parent, I need to know who is supervising said trip.
Right.
Who are they? Do they have the authority to act on my behalf?
Right.
Not all parents act that way. There are some parents that put their kids in sports or AAU or whatever it is that is. They travel for the entire weekend, and the parent, and you can say it's judgmental, but the parents do exist. They drop them off on a Friday, and coaches know this, and they pick them up on a Sunday afternoon or evening.
Yeah.
And there isn't that conversation.
Right.
There isn't that. There is just, yeah. Thank you, coach, and I get a free weekend, that type of thing.
Right.
All right. So not everybody parents the same way, whether you agree or you disagree. I was coming at it from a standpoint of some parents are kind of like, you put your hands on my kid. Yeah. Was I notified prior to you doing that? Right. Was I embarrassed that I got videotaped, which is why I think the coach really got fired. Right. I'm not too crazy about the discipline, but the firing came because there was a video that leaked about it, and then the administration had to answer for it, even though this coach had equity.
Definitely, I believe the video, is what led to the coach being fired. They had to do something about that, right? Because if it's a basketball trip, it's on the school dime. But what I'm saying is, for the mom to be upset, I mean, again, I shouldn't even say, because that's how she feels. I shouldn't say how she should feel. But I think what he did wasn't out of line.
Well, here's the other thing,
in my opinion.
And this is why I love when we have these discussions, because we'll bring different people in. We had Mama Mac in, and I'm not going to give you everything verbatim as to what she said in the conversation. But the one thing I thought was interesting is the sense that we don't know what led up to, or if there is more details to the story. Yeah. So that being said, it doesn't really close the book, but it does make you understand that maybe there is more to this story that will come out later
Right.
in defense of the kid or in defense of the coach, or put more clarity into it. But I would assume if it's a really responsible and respected coach, that he wouldn't do anything like this. But I don't know.
Well, I see a lot of parents, even just watching my boy play basketball and go to other like youth sports games, and I see like how the coach ride the kids, and there may be a group of kids, but there are like 2 kids that the coach will ride on, and he's always on him. He's cussing at him. He's on him. He's on him. He's on him. And I can hear the side chatter saying, he don't have to talk to them kids like that. And one of the kids' parents is in the whatchamacallit in the crowd, and she understands. And I think what it is if you're not okay with your child being disciplined by a coach, because that's what coaches do. They get in your face, especially if they see potential
in public.
Listen, they're going to write. If the coach see potential in you, whether you have potential to be a great player or just to be a great person, if they invest that in you, he's going to be on you. And it ain't just singling your kid out. And a lot of people, I think, look at it as if he's just picking on my boy. He's singling him out. No, the reason why your boy is so good and stay on top of his stuff is because he got the coach. He don't want to hear the coach mouth.
Well, if you don't believe in the coach, then your kids shouldn't be playing for him. Number one. Number two is there is a male to male thing that happens. Now, I wasn't in that situation. I don't know what the coach is doing. There is a male to male alpha dog conversation that we haven't had here that might need to be had prior to this kid. And maybe he had that. So there is, and I don't know anything about the guy's dad, the young man's dad or whatever it is that meant. So I'm coming at this from an ignorant standpoint. But there is this moment where moms, you have to understand it's alpha versus alpha, and the message ain't going to come out
different
the way you think it should.
It's almost like, a mom will complain will tell the dad or will tell, the uncle or whatever male figures in the kid life is, he's doing this, that, and the third. And the male, I'm speaking off experience. I'm like, yeah, I don't get all that. I say what I say and it's done.
Yeah. But just understand it's delivered different.
It's delivered.
It's delivered. Like, I understand. It's not that moms don't care. I don't want to hear all of
the moms care.
But it's not about that. Yeah. How you serve what you need to say is done this way, and how another male figure does it might be doing it this way. And it's both. You both have the same message, but yours might be with a certain. You might need a certain tone or certain way of saying it that a good male role model needs. And for a lot of people on the outside looking in, specifically moms, they might be like, I don't like the way he's talking. I don't like the way he, and they want to protect their baby. So I get that.
I think a lot of times too, when it goes from the man talking to the boy to to a young man, we'll say what it is and we'll stick to our guns. And I think when it comes to more of like the mom trying to have that same conversation, I think it's more of this is what it is. But then the mom will probably feel bad on how she came at him, and it'll either be an apology or it'll be something delivered a little softer, right? What I'm saying is, I know when I talk to my son, I talk crap to him. I get on him. I talk to him, and there's no more conversation about it. And if I do have to talk to him again, it's going to be down the line, right? Where his mom, she'll say the same thing to me over and over and over and over again, and I'm like, it's how you deliver the message, because you can yell at him, but then you'll feel bad. Yeah. I don't feel bad. I always say I don't mind being the bad guy. Matter of fact, I love being.
That's the role. That's the role.
When they say wrestling, I love being the heel.
Yeah. I didn't like it either, but that's my role. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got to play my role. So without knowing the young man, without knowing the coach, without knowing the circumstances completely, I do understand where people are coming from. Where, you know what I mean? He needed that, but I don't know if he needed that. And if he did, then I'm down with it. I understand it. But the videotape thing is that's the situation that took it from we think this happened to we know this happened, and then the school had to react from it. So I don't know. Hopefully, all people will learn said lessons, but we'll see, because there might be more to this story coming.
And if you want to read the full story, go to WDKX.com and tap the WDKX app.
You're watching the WDKX, or you're listening to WDKX Podcast Network.